Is this finally our red dawn? Welcome. Hey, this is Brian. Honestly, don't panic. Be cool. I mean, don't go into town. Don't go out of your way to go into public. If that is going to make it worse for everybody, but for sure, don't panic about things that are out of our control. If the coronavirus is real, perhaps this all has to do with us getting our crowns and not so much dying of the flu. But the other scenario of them pulling the plug on the economy and putting us into concentration camps is highly feasible. But nevertheless, you still have to behave like a human being and respectful. And most likely you can stave off any type of activity like that or the necessity of it if we all behave. Unfortunately, humanity has a tendency, whenever the chance arises, to loot and to burn. So let that be a lesson to us all. Don't overreact. Because for sure, apparently, on a daily basis, coming from now on, they're going to be pulling the plug on many things. Possibly schools, hospitals, you name it. So be blessed. Don't be fearful. And maybe it's time to start holding our governments locally and federally responsible, not for the coronavirus, but for how they've behaved with the rest of reality. And maybe this can be our excuse to oust them finally. And like any good battle, you lose people, so people are going to die, but maybe we should not let this go to waste as far as an impetus or an excuse to hold them accountable, if only for supporting CDCs in places that hold viruses that otherwise might have died off. The choice is yours. This life is not worth embracing so much that you're vile towards your neighbor or fellow human beings. And it's better to die heroically saving people than it is to die looting and stealing and robbing them of the little things of sustenance that they were able to acquire, which in the end will do you no good if you're so reliant on a supermarket that you have to keep looting and foraging for cans of food. Just 100 years ago, everybody knew how to grow food, so. Anyway, Jesus loves us all because that reality is about not being involved in the needs of your flesh, because we need very little. And the things that we really need, we need very, very little. Water, we need very little. Food, very little. Shelter, you only need it. So these are things, aside from that, we don't need any of those other things. And we've always known that life is temporary. So we should embrace what we have and always look forward to where we're going and not worry about here and now. Anyway, be blessed. The world's always more complex when you're clinging to it. And as they said, or as God has been wont to say and been quoted as saying, the cleverness and intelligence of humanity is but foolishness to God. So, novel and interesting, still nothing. And not why we're here. Be blessed.
This is Mike. He looks like an ordinary kid, ball in hand, shoelaces untied. One night, he leaves his ordinary life behind and flies off on a big adventure.
Mike is a little boy. He goes to bed one night and he dreams about becoming a shooting star. And when he becomes a shooting star, he goes on this big adventure all through space, different galaxies, and he meets all these different characters.
A friendly group of stars and polite planets turn fear into fun. They join Mike on his journey through faraway galaxies.
That represents people who like to be together and who are doing positive things and trying to be helpful, which is, I think, one of the messages in this book from Reese.
Reese Arnold is the author of Mike's Big Space Adventure. In addition to writing, he's also a piano prodigy.
Can you play me something happy?
Yeah.
I first discovered his musical talent when we met in 2014. His fingers are fluid as they move from key to key, but not all things come easily to the 26-year-old. Reese lives with autism. A simple conversation between friends or an acquaintance can be a struggle, but he expresses his emotions effortlessly through music and writing.
What is it about writing that you love?
I can write anything I want.
Reese says he developed Mike's character by thinking back to his own childhood.
Tell me about Mike.
He is one adventurous kid.
Reese's mother, Andrea, sees similarities between her son and the book's main character.
I think he kind of looks like him. And personality-wise, yeah, Reese is always up for a big adventure. That's for sure. Nothing scares Reese.
That carefree spirit is captured in the illustrations. Artist Sandra Hall says her use of bright and bold watercolors is intentional.
It really worked for Reese's book because he had some incredible characters that were just larger than life.
The book has a positive message to it. Why was that important to you?
There is so much negativity in the world. Too much negativity is bad. I am really proud of my book. But I have a lot of great resources and people. My dreams become a reality.
It's great stuff. And up next for Reese, he hopes to put together a CD of his piano music, which is beautiful.
Yeah, and he also started his own company, Recycled Fun. He developed 2 strategy board games, which are great. And part of the proceeds from his book and his games will go towards autism-related charities.